So do you remember when I said this on the first day of Vlogmas?
So I looked back at the past 2 years of my Vlogmas videos and realized I was sick every single Vlogmas. I've already been sick. I've already got the funk and the yunk out of the way. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that is already out of the way and you all don't have to sit around sick with me this year.
Well, apparently I'm cursed. It's just a thing. I'm going to be sick during Vlogmas. So I went to bed last night, felt totally fine. Woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning with a massive headache. Just like my head was screaming. It woke me up. And I got up to take some Tylenol. And of course, when I turned the light on, trying to find the Tylenol, I woke my husband up and he's like, "What's wrong?" So I told him I had a horrible headache and I was freezing. Not so much my body was freezing, I was cold, but my feet just were freezing. And I put on some socks, which I never do that. And then for like 4 hours, I tossed and turned. I took medicine. He brought me the migraine relief cap. I had it on my head in bed till like 4 o'clock or something this morning. I was just miserable. I finally fell asleep. Ended up taking my socks off at some point during the night. And then I woke up about 6:30. Came in the living room. Thought, okay, let me just get up and shake this off. I don't know what's going on. And made my coffee and took 2 sips of the coffee and I couldn't drink it. Another sign something is really bad. So I set the coffee down, came in here, laid on the couch for a long while, and then my headache wouldn't get any better. So I took some Advil, started feeling nauseous, put on my nausea bands, never got sick, just slightly nauseous. It was like the headache was so bad that it was making me nauseous. And I decided to take a Sudafed, thinking maybe this is just like a sinus weather-related type thing. Took a Sudafed and actually started feeling a little bit better. So I'm just, still in my pajamas, hanging around the house. About 10:30, I'm like, okay, well, I'm feeling a little better, but I could still tell the headache was in there. But I was getting some relief at least. Had a little bit of breakfast, had some oatmeal, and then by about lunchtime, I started feeling like it wasn't going to get any better. I was just where I was. And the sad news is, you can see, look how flushed my face is. You probably can't see because this light is behind me, but you can see how flushed my face is. It's now 6:30 at night, and I've basically been on the couch all day long. We were supposed to go to my sister's house for dinner tonight, and I was making all this stuff and taking it over there, and about 3 o'clock, I guess, my husband called my sister and said, "Renee's down. She's down hard. Like, we're not coming." So we postponed it for a couple of days, but I'm sorry. I did not basically sleep all night, but I've taken 2 naps on the couch. I've had 2 rounds of Tylenol, 2 rounds of Advil, 2 rounds of Sudafed. I've used my headache relief cap 3 different times. I heard somewhere like on TikTok or something that if you have a migraine, if you put your feet in a bowl of hot water, it'll like pull the headache out. Tried that. I also laid here with the cold press on the back of my neck. Nothing has helped. So Randy keeps asking me, well, are you sick? This is what everybody's saying. Are you sick or do you just have a headache? And I don't know. It's like 90% it is the headache that's making me feel bad because the headache is so bad. But then 10% of me is like, I kind of feel like there's something else going on here too. Just because I'm chilly. Like, yes, it's cool in here, but I just feel chilly. My feet are cold. I don't have a thermometer to take my temperature. Randy keeps touching me. He says that I don't feel hot, but look at my cheeks, like clearly flushed. Sit up so I can talk to y'all better. Clearly flushed. Like, look at that. So I don't know what's going on. Like I said, when I went to bed yesterday, I was totally fine. And one little indication that something went right, I got in bed, and when Randy was getting in bed, he said something funny, and I laughed. And when I did, I was like, ooh, like I got a pinch in my head. And then about 2 hours later is when I woke up with a massive headache. So yeah, I guess it's destined to be sick during Vlogmas. I just see on my phone that I got a text from my daughter probably asking me how I'm feeling, because Randy was on speakerphone sitting on the couch with me when he called my sister and he called my daughter, who was actually going to dinner with us tonight. And when he said that I was down hard, everybody's reaction was, ooh, is she sick or is it just a headache? I don't know. So I'm hoping that I actually get to sleep tonight. I'm not going to take any more medication tonight. I'm going to wait till I go to bed, take some Tylenol, and I'm hoping I wake up in the morning and this was just a headache. But I don't know when you all are sick, like, what do you want to eat? So for me, it's always pizza. I always can eat pizza when I'm sick. So Randy went to pick up a pizza, and we have lots of pizza places here, but the one that always comes to mind when I don't feel good is a place called Pizza Inn. It's a super thin crust, like crackery pizza. I want pepperoni and ground beef, nothing fancy, and they make a dessert pizza, a chocolate chip dessert pizza, so he's getting a little one of those. And I guess we're just going to sit here on the couch and watch TV. We were supposed to do a lot of shopping today, Christmas shopping. I have only bought 2 Christmas presents so far. I did order 2 things this morning, but just sitting at my computer just made my head hurt worse. So, but yeah, I've done no Christmas shopping. We were going to today go to our mall because a buddy of my husband's actually, he has a men's gift shop store in another town. He opened one for the holidays in our mall here in Paducah, and there were 2 things in there that my husband wanted, and the guy's been holding it behind the counter for us to come get. So we were going to do that today. No, it's not happening. And my husband said, well, I'll go get it. Well, I really wanted to go with him because I want to see this guy's store. So hopefully we can go tomorrow and do that. Randy went to go get the pizza, and here's Lola. Pollux was right here, but when I got up to get my camera to film this for you all, he jumped up, and Maxie has been laying like in my lap the whole time, and of course I disturbed him too. So Lola's holding down the fort with me, right, miss? We're holding it down. She knows I said her name. Lola knew this morning when she was like waking up about 6 and I was still in bed. I think she knew I didn't feel good, because normally she comes over to the side of the bed and like kind of jumps up and puts her paws on the bed and sometimes hits my arm and wake me up. And she didn't do that. She just would walk over and kind of look at me like she knew she shouldn't disturb me. Come here, sis. Come here, girl. And she's been really, really sweet all day, just kind of taking care of me. So I did about 4 o'clock, jump in a shower really quick and just rinsed off and put on some clean pajamas. And I've been sitting in this same exact spot ever since then with the doggies. Randy's been upstairs walking on our new treadmill. He was the first one to get to walk on it because I didn't feel like doing it. He walked like 1.5 miles, and the treadmill comes with this app, like an iFit or something that has, there's a guy talking and you walk with him, and there's like inclines and hills, and it speeds up and does all this stuff. So he walked with the guy and said it was a really good workout. He was pretty impressed. So I was interested to see, because the treadmill is upstairs right above me, if I was going to be able to hear the treadmill, like the sound of it, how loud it would be. I heard nothing. It was total quiet, but I could hear his feet, like him walking on the treadmill, but not the sound of the treadmill, which is good. Right, sis? It's real good. Something else I was supposed to do today was to finish decorating our dining room and the mantle in our living room. That didn't happen. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just doomed, sis. Doomed. Vlogmas has me sick every year. Alex, do you want to come get in the video, sir? Do you want to say hi? So this might be the one Vlogmas video that you don't get to see all 3 dogs, because I'm not getting up off the couch. Maxie, I think, is in the other room. Here is Lola. Pollux, come here. Come get in the video. Here's Pollux. Say hello. He's been taking care of me too. For about 2 hours, he laid right here beside me, didn't you, buddy? So this is what I was saying. I have not finished decorating any of the shelves. There's all our stockings in a pile. I got to get those hung up. Only the tree is up. Seriously? Surely y'all don't need to go out. Don't make me get up. Dad'll be home in just a second with our pizza. That was my daughter. She texted me and said, "Are you feeling any better?" And I said, "Unfortunately, no. I think this is... I'm coming. I think this is what it's going to be." So I'll catch up with you all tomorrow in another Vlogmas. I hope you all are enjoying Vlogmas so far. But I'll catch up with you tomorrow. And hopefully I'll look normal and I'm feeling better. See you later.